Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to Bringing Division video. What I've guessed today is a video talking about everything you should know in the Division 2 Dark Zone. Now this is actually a intelligence annex image you guys are looking at. This is something they actually tweeted out about 30 minutes ago or so. And this pretty much lists everything that is coming out in the Dark Zone, everything new, everything that's that hasn't really been talked about and stuff like that. So I want to go over it. I want to show you guys and kind of go over and talk about the new changes, new features, and stuff like that. So if you want to check this out with your own two eyes, there's going to be a link in the description. You guys can check it out. But without further ado, let's get right into this. Alright, so the first thing we have is Agent Intelligence Annex is back. This time breaking down the dangerous, untamed regions known as the Dark Zone in the Division 2. The most notable change coming in the sequel is the introduction of 3 Dark Zones, each delivering a unique narrative and fostering new playstyles. So yes, you guys heard that correctly, we are getting 3 Dark Zones in the Division 2. The first one is the Dark Zone East, then we have the Dark Zone South, and then we are also getting the Dark Zone West. First up, Dark Zone East is the largest of the 3 Dark Zones. Players utilize long sightlines in overgrown governmental parks. Next up we have the Dark Zone South, and this is the smallest out of the Dark Zones. Emphasis is placed on close quarter combat. Sightlines are easily broken with large interiors and choke points. Last but not least, we are getting the Dark Zone West, and this is split into 2 parts by a large canal. Georgetown is characterized by medium-range engagements and features European-style architecture. So yeah, as I said, these are the 3 Dark Zones. Really interested to see how this plays out. The only worry I do have is that the population is going to be kind of split. As you guys know, in the Dark Zone now, if the Dark Zone's dead, all you really have to do is just find another one, but it's usually not dead because there's only one of them and everyone kind of goes there and it kind of fills up pretty quickly. But with 3 of them, I am kind of worried that this might be an issue later on in the game. I'm not saying in the beginning or, in a couple months, but later on, I do think that might be an issue. But who knows, maybe it's a little bit better of a matchmaking system than it is in the Division 1. Again, I'm not really sure, but that's the only worry I do kind of have in the back of my mind. The next statement we have here is about the server capacity, and what it says is, with 3 new Dark Zones also comes improvements to server capacity and overall size. In the Division 2, we created smaller chunks of Dark Zone for a maximum of 12 players at any given time. While we reduced the maximum player capacity by half for the Division 2, we reduced the overall size of the Dark Zone by thirds to increase player density. The quality of your encounters in the Dark Zone are improved, making your experience more fulfilling. They also say, what's more, each Dark Zone reacts to player activity and engagement as you traverse the zone. If you are taking part in an activity in the northern section of the Dark Zone, events will begin appearing elsewhere to create draw in those areas and balance out the region. So that's actually pretty cool. They kind of explain it more a little bit why the downgrade to 12 players isn't really that bad. And honestly, as I said, hopefully it's not that bad, hopefully it's not noticeable, and this is actually pretty interesting. Moving down, we have a perk system. They talk a little bit more about the perk system. So it says, in the Division 2, your Dark Zone level matters more than ever. Senate, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying this name wrong and I do apologize, the new Dark Zone operator at the base operations gives you access to the new Dark Zone perk interface, a tree of bonuses that unlock every 5 Dark Zone levels. While these perks are not power-based, they improve your Dark Zone experience based on your playstyle, ranging from extra space for contaminated items, increased rewards for rogue agents, or additional opportunities for loot. You have the power to select from a pool of perks that best suit you how you enjoy playing the Division 2. Death as a rogue in the Dark Zone comes at a great cost of experience, though maintaining your Dark Zone level, and more importantly, these perks are a priority in the Division 2. So that's pretty interesting. I kind of like this concept. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I kind of like how the more you play the Dark Zone, the more kind of perks, I guess, you can unlock to increase your rewards from rogue agents or additional opportunities for loot and stuff like that. So I kind of like this. I kind of see where they're going with this, and I really like the idea. I'm not going to lie. Moving down, they do talk about the extractions, and what they say is, we are excited about the few big changes coming to extractions in the Division 2. While loot was static from the moment it dropped in the Division, it takes on a more dynamic role this time around. Firstly, the more rarer and more scarce gear upgrades found in the Dark Zone will be contaminated and require an extraction. The rest will flow straight into your inventory. Secondly, weapons and gear roll at the power level of the player who successfully extracts them. Contaminated gear is your best chance at finding upgrades within the Dark Zone. This creates a more gearing opportunities for you, as any stolen loot will always roll to your level. So again, that's pretty interesting. Let me know what your opinions are about this. Let's have a discussion in the comments. Again, let me know your opinions on so far what we know and what we have read from this article. Moving down, we have a paragraph on the normalization and matchmaking in the Division 2 Dark Zone. So what they say is a big change from Manhattan's Dark Zone is that the 3 Dark Zones in Washington, D.C. will utilize normalization to level the player field. If you are new to the Division 2, normalization reduces the peaks and valleys between players who have high survivability or high damage output. While balancing is a factor to take into account when you're crafting your build, remember that your build choices are still unique and offer a variety of gameplay options. AI are not exempt from normalization either. They adhere to the same normalization rules players do. And then they say matchmaking in the Dark Zone occurs in 2 separate brackets. On one side, players are matched in level buckets 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30, and normalized to the same power level. On the other side, all players who have reached World Tier are matched together and normalized to the same World Tier. For players above the normalized power level, bonus statistics are applied to reward you for your time. We have also altered the Dark Zone matchmaking assignment to help solo players play in the Dark Zones mostly comprised of other solo players. This is not a hard rule and players are free to form groups inside the Dark Zones. This is really exciting. To me, I play a lot of solo and I really hate getting 1v4'd, 1v3'd, and it's really annoying when you are just trying to mind your business or fight other solo players and then you have a group kind of chasing you and, killing you over and over again. I really like this. I really like that they changed this a little bit. It's not something that's kind of restricted, that if you are solo, you can only be solo and you can't make a group. They still allow you to make a group. They still allow you to form teams in the Dark Zone. But if you are solo and you are matchmaking, you are, going to be put into the servers or the Dark Zones that are compromised of more solo players. And that's really interesting. That's really great. Again, I know so many people that don't play the Dark Zone because they're always solo and they hate getting double teamed or triple teamed or just farmed by an entire team. So again, really interesting and really awesome news. Up next, we have checkpoints, and checkpoints are mounted with indestructible turrets to avoid checkpoint camping. These weapons target any rogue or AI that crosses its path, so keep your distance. This, again, in my opinion, is an awesome idea. I know so many people are against this and so many people don't like this, but personally, I like this a lot. I really do have a problem with people that camp the checkpoint. I'm not saying that, if you're trying to, kill one person and he just keeps coming back and you're by yourself and, it just happens. But if you are a 4-man team and you're literally camping the checkpoint with turrets, with immune stations, with just anything, you're literally set up and waiting for people to come out, not even the same person, just waiting for anyone to come out and kill them. That's the thing I have a problem with, and I think this is a great addition in the Division 2, and hopefully this stops a lot of camping in the checkpoints. I still think it's going to be possible if you move outside of the area and you just kind of keep your perimeter kind of set up. I think it's still going to be possible, maybe, but as of right now, this is what we're getting, and this is, again, awesome news in my mind. Last but not least, we have Occupied Dark Zones, and what it says is, we have one more new feature on the list dedicated to our most dedicated PvP crowd. Today, we are introducing dynamic server-wide events called Occupied Dark Zones. During these events, all expected Dark Zone rules change. The concept of SHG and Rogue are completely gone. You are simply a player trying to reap the best rewards in our most hardcore environment. This translates to no rogue status, a limited notification system, friendly fire active, and no normalization, allowing you to utilize every ounce of your build. Again, I really like this. I have seen some info on this as well earlier, so I'm kind of aware of this, but again, this is really awesome. This should be really fun, really amazing, and when it does happen, it should be really kind of satisfying and a little bit nerve-wracking, I would say. Again, if you are in the Dark Zone, this happens, everything is off, and you are going to be using your true build. And again, really awesome, and I cannot wait to see how this plays out. They also state while one Dark Zone is occupied, The other two operate under expected behavior. These endgame events are designed to be some of the greatest risk-reward opportunities in the Division 2. Are you willing to accept the risk? So again, really awesome. I cannot wait to actually play this and see this and how it works and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty excited. This is pretty much everything on the Dark Zone. I know there is still a bit more information like here and there, but this is pretty much like the main focus, the main gist of it. And also, there is actually a multiplayer trailer for the Dark Zone and Conflicts, and pretty much I watched it. I knew about the information earlier as well about this. If you guys want a quick synopsis of it, then this is pretty much everything that's coming in this trailer, or that is revealing in this trailer. So if you guys don't want to watch it, if you just want to know what's happening, again, on screen right now is pretty much every single detail that they talk about and pretty much show. But anyways, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I respond to all my comments. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.